Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome. So good to be together off of Hollywood Boulevard in the center of the universe, at least all of our universes. Let's take a deep breath in and out. As we walk into this holy space that we create together, my hope and my prayer is that we give each other, we give ourselves, we give our souls, we give the people who we love, we give ourselves the patience and the love and the generosity that we need at this moment in our lives.
Allow this nigun to transition you from where you came from into this different space. Leaving the day behind, leaving the week behind. Da-da-da. Yai-da-lai, yai-da-da-da-da-da-da, yai-da-da, yai-da-da,
Here's the thing about Temple Israel of Hollywood. If you know how to sing, it's fabulous. If you don't know how to sing, it's even better. If you know the tunes, wonderful. If you don't know the tunes, we expect you to sing even more loudly. So join us, page 11, Shalom Aleichem.
השרת מלאכי עליון מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש הקדוש ברוך הוא צאתכם לשלום מלכי השלום מלכי עליון ממלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שלום עליכם שלום עליכם מלאכי השרת מלאכי עליון מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש הקדוש ברוך הוא.
One of the real blessings of being a rabbi at Temple Israel of Hollywood for 29 years, this is my 29th year, is that I get to be with children when they're young, and then children when they grow up, and then children when they become parents. And so I'd like to invite Franny up with her parents, with Natalie Baker Weiss and Max Weiss. And Natalie was a kid, and I was the rabbi at her bat mitzvah when she became bat mitzvah. And now Natalie's the mommy with Max, and I was honored to do your wedding as well. And so it's a pretty amazing and beautiful event now to be able to name your child, and Max to have your 101-year-old grandmother who is here from Ithaca, New York. Is that amazing? To welcome you into our people. So Fanny is named after Natalie's father, Frank, who many of us knew, and who I knew as well. And he was a steady, dedicated, concerned, wonderful father who was at your wedding, but wasn't able to be here with the birth of your child. Though your other grandparents are eating you up, and your parents are growing with patience and love for you, it is our hope that some of Frank's beauty and wisdom and steadiness pass on to you. And also, you're named after Agnes and Andrew, your grandparents, great-grandparents, right? Your grandparents. And so we're also bringing Agnes and Andrew into this space as well. Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, kayem et hayada hazot la'aviha u'le'ima, vayikra shma b'Yisrael Tal, bat Mordechai ve'Yudit. Yismach ha'av yotzer chalatzav, v'tagel ima b'fri v'ibna, zot ha'ktana ha'gadola tihiyeh, kashem shenichnas lebrit, ken tikanes l'Torah, l'chuppah, Ulama'asim tovim, v'nomar, Amen. Our God and God of our mothers and fathers, bless you with the name Tal, Bat Mordechai, Ve'Yudit, Franny Allegra Weiss, and let you be known by this name Tal, which means dew, which is very delicate, and sometimes people don't notice the dew, but it comes all the time. May you be as consistent and as generous as the dew. And may your name be a source of joy to you and inspire you and your parents to serve our people and the world. And just as you've entered the covenant today, so may you have a life of Torah, a relationship worthy of God's blessing, and may you do good things in the world. and I know you will. Amen.
Amen.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
Ken yehi ratzon.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka.
Ken yehi ratzon.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
Ken yehi ratzon.
May God bless you and keep you. May God's light shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May God lift up God's special light God has for your family and for each one of you individually, and give you the blessing of shlemut, of shalom, of wholeness and fullness. And we say, Amen.
Amen.
And now I'd like to invite up the whole Baker and Weiss family to help light the Shabbat candles. And as they're going up to the candles, please come up, everyone in the family. If you can turn and find someone you might not know, introduce yourself and wish them a Shabbat Shalom.
Hi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של שבת.
Yedid Nefesh, page 8. Soul and love of my heart, keep close to me during this week, during this Shabbat. Let me feel love.
Ay, 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 Yedid nefesh av harachaman meshoch avdach eretz zona o yarutz avdach kemo ayar yishachar
Page 20, we make our way through the week with psalms. Each psalm is like a meditation that slowly brings us to this moment in time. So you'll see on page 20 that this is a psalm for Sunday. Can you even think back to Sunday? Do you even remember what happened? Some people are shaking their heads. Others of us are looking in confusion. Take yourself back as we slowly make our way through the week. Lechuna Ranana, top of the page, 20.
Lechuna Ranana, la Adonai, Naria Litzo Yishenu. Lechuna Ranana, la Adonai. Lechunu Ranana, la Adonai, Naria Litzo Yishenu. Lechunu Ranana, la Adonai, Naria Litzo Yishenu. Nekadma fana vetoda, bizmirot naria lo. Lekadma fana betoda bizmirot nariyado.
Some of us can go out into the garden and we can notice the tiny little buds that form and that blossom. Personally, the garden doesn't do it for me. You know what does it for me is the ocean. Can't believe it. I can't believe how a wave comes, and then another wave comes, and then the next wave comes, and it never, ever, ever stops. Page 22, Ya'aloz Sadai, 6 lines from the top, from the bottom. Waves of ocean and waves of trees. They never stop.
Ya'aloz Sadai, v'chol asher bo Ya'aloz Sadai. Ay, 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 Ya'aloz Sadai, v'chol asher bo Ya'aloz Sadai. Ay, 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 Aziranenu, Kolatsei, Ya'al, Aziranenu, Kolatsei, Ya'al, Aziranenu, Kolatsei, Ya'al, Aziranenu, Kolatsei, Ya'al, Ya'aloz Sadai, v'chol asher bo Ya'aloz Sadai. Ay, 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 Ya'aloz Sadai, v'chol asher bo Ya'aloz Sadai. Ay, 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 Aziranenu, Kolatsei, Ya'al, Aziranenu, Kolatsei, Ya'al, Aziranenu, Kolatsei, Ya'al, Aziranenu, Kolatsei, Ya'al, Ya'aloz Sadai, v'chol asher bo Ya'aloz Sadai. Ay, 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 Ya'aloz Sadai, v'chol asher bo Ya'aloz Sadai. Ay, 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 ay.
Page 24. Or Or Zarua Lat Tzaddik. Think about the light that was in your life this week. Who glowed for you? Who did you glow for?
Or Zarua La 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 Tzaddik. Or Zarua La 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 Tzaddik. Yisraelev Simcha, Yisraelev Simcha, Yisraelev Simcha. Live a life of goodness, be the righteous one. Live a life of kindness, be the righteous one. Live a life of holiness, be the righteous one. And let your heart cry out. Or Zarua La 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 Tzaddik. Or Zarua La 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 Tzaddik. Yisraelev Simcha, Yisraelev Simcha, Yisraelev Simcha, 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 Simcha.
And now that light that glowed from someone you love, someone you might have just met randomly, someone who affected your life this week. Imagine taking that light and channeling it within yourself, channeling it toward others, toward God. Adonai Oz Le'amo Yitain. God gives us the strength to channel that light. Page 28.
Adonai Oz Le'amo Yitain. Adonai Yivarech et amo. Adonai Oz Le'amo Yitain. Adonai Yivarech et amo.
This Shabbat is called Shabbat Nachamu, the Shabbat of comfort. Think about what brings you comfort. And maybe spend this Shabbat giving a little of that comfort to yourself. You don't have to rely on somebody else. You can give it to yourself. This is Shabbat Nachamu, the Shabbat of comfort.
Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela shamor v'zachor v'gibor echad ish v'yadu el hameyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad v'shem ol tiferet v'nitehila lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela לקראת שבת לכו ומלכה כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה מקדש מלך ימלוכה ומצאים מתוך ההפכה רב לשבת בעמק הבכה והוא יחמול עלייך חמלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה התנערי מעפר קומי לבשי בגדי תפארתך עמי על יד בן ישי בית הלחמי קרבה על נפשי גאלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה התעוררי התעוררי כי באורך וביורי אורי אורי שיר דברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה עטרת בלט גם בשמחה ובצולתו אמונה עם סגולה בואי חלה לך דודי
Page 36, we remain standing for Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Page 36, together.
Please be seated.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidbaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chokhmah poteach she'arim, u'bitbuna mishaneh itim, u'machalif et hazmanim, u'misader et hakochavim b'mishmerotehem b'rakira kirtzono, borei yom v'layla, goler or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or, u'ma'avir yom u'mevi layla, Dil ben yom uvein laila, Adonai Tsevaot Shemo, El Chai v'Kayam Tamid Yimloch Aleinu Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai HaMa'ariv Aravim.
Amen. This week's Torah portion has the Shema in it. Pretty cool. And there's a whole discussion in the Talmud. Do we say the Shema just as it appears in the Torah, which is Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad, and then V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha? Or do we add a line in there, Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad, and then quietly we say, Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed? Why do we say that? The Talmud discusses it. And the Talmud says, well, you see, when Jacob gathered all of his children, except for his daughter, because, you know, the daughters didn't get that, right before he died, not going to make any excuses, and he gave them blessings. And he was scared that his children would have animosity and friction between one another, just like his father and grandfather did, right? Just like Abraham instilled in his children Isaac and Ishmael, and just like Isaac instilled in his children Jacob and Esau. So Jacob was scared, and he wasn't sure if he could really give them a blessing. And so all the children, according to this Talmudic midrash, says, don't worry, Dad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. We're with you. We're united. We're behind you. We're behind God. We're going to continue the tradition. And so we too continue that tradition today, teaches the Talmud. We too say the Shema out loud, and then quietly we bind ourselves to one another, and we bind ourselves to God.
Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Hum this note with me. Take a breath and come back in. Keep it going. Keep this note going underneath. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai
Page 38, V'ahavta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. Page 39. Lie, 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 lie.
Turn to page 44 as we rise for our own personal, private Amidah within community. We move quietly through page 50.
Ami Yomar Elohechem. Comfort us in our wilderness. Comfort us as we struggle to take care of one another. Comfort us in our wilderness. Comfort us as we struggle with this word. Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami Yomar Elohechem. Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami Yomar Elohechem. Comfort us in our wilderness. Comfort us as we struggle to take care of one another. Comfort us in our wilderness. Comfort us as we struggle with this world. Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami Yomar Elohechem. Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami Yomar Elohechem.
Before we offer a healing prayer, we ask that God comforts us, that we find some semblance of love, some semblance of supports out there in the cosmos, as we too heal, so that we can send out love, strength to our friends, our family, our community, so that they can become more whole. In your programs, we have a list of those who are serving overseas right now, who are connected to members here of our community. We have names there for whom we are offering a mishaberach, a blessing of healing. If there are any other names that you'd like to add to this moment of blessing, we invite you to share those aloud or just hold them in your hearts at this time. May a full and complete healing come to each and every one of them.
Ana, oops. Ana, elna, befanana. Ana, elna, befanana. Ana, elna,
It is no secret that Jews love food. But maybe, I was thinking about this, maybe what Jews love more than food is making sure that everyone has enough of it. Right? In the history of Jews eating together, there has never been a communal meal where someone doesn't become forceful in making sure that you take home the leftovers, right? Oh, it's too much. We're never going to eat it all. It's going to go to waste. No, you take it. It's already packed up. It's already packed up. And then you're, right? Right? Our ancestors also dealt with this blessing of abundance. Torah instructs us to leave the corners of the field and the excess harvest for the needy. Our prophet Isaiah encourages us to share our bread with the hungry and to house the homeless. Our sages emphasize that feeding the hungry is a vital responsibility. They say that when you are asked in the world to come, what was your work? And you answer, I fed the hungry. Those gates are going to open, and you're going to be welcomed in, saying, yes, you are among the righteous. Temple Israel of Hollywood embodies these values by collecting and distributing food for Sova, making monthly lunches for My Friend's Place, and for almost a biblical generation, it's going to be 39 years this December, we have hosted our annual Christmas dinner, where we distribute toys, books, hygiene kits, blankets, socks, and of course, we serve a hot meal to those who are hungry in our very own Hollywood community. And it's at this annual Christmas dinner where we first connected with Hollywood Food Coalition, where we donated our extra meals for further distribution. And our immediate past social justice vice president, Renee Wolf, thought to herself, you know, this Christmas dinner thing, it's pretty great, but wouldn't it be nice if there was some year-round effort, some kind of sustained action? And so there was. Last year, January 2023, we toured Hollywood Food Coalition's community exchange and dinner service, and we were immediately impressed by their dedication to food equity. We learned that Hollywood Food Coalition, HOFOCO, for those in the know, is an organization dedicated to nourishing the community by rescuing and distributing food, preparing nightly meals, and uniting efforts to achieve food equity. Since 1987, they have served free, nutritionally complete meals to the unhoused and low-income neighbors of our community every single night. And most of the food served at their nightly meals is rescued by their community exchange program, which rescues food from hundreds of sources and redistributes them to 160 nonprofits here in Los Angeles County. Since our partnership began, various groups within our community have prepared nearly 3,000 bagged lunches. We also volunteer monthly to prepare and serve hot meals. Our High Holiday Food Drive this year will support the Hollywood Food Coalition, and we will share how you can get involved and how you can help throughout that month of October. And we are incredibly honored to welcome some of their leaders here tonight. Victoria, Linda, Bonnie, Asher, and we have the privilege of hearing from their executive director, Arnali, who's going to share with us an exciting new initiative that is soon to premiere here in Los Angeles. So Arnali, come on up. Everyone, let's welcome Arnali. You can have a stay right here. You can hold this.
All right.
Welcome.
Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
It is so wonderful to be here today. Truly being part of community. Community is so important to us. I want to first just say thank you so much to the rabbi for making such a warm introduction and sharing about our organization so beautifully. So thank you very much. I also want to thank Francine and Renee for inviting us here. You've been such wonderful champions, and we really appreciate all you've done throughout the years. And I also want to thank the congregation for all that you've done. I mean, The rabbi shared all the amazing things that you've been part of. It's been a pleasure I've cut potatoes with people from the congregation, and we've done all sorts of distributions and handed out lunch bags, and Bonnie here today is going to tell you more about that, but I'm again so grateful. Community is so important to me. It's literally how we started. We started as a coalition of neighbors who came together to do something for the community, and that's truly what we've been doing for 37 years. It's beautiful to see this community coming together to help our community, because as you know, there are more and more Angelinos who are hungry nowadays, and we need to step up and do more. And I also think community is so important because it's a world where people it's polarized, it's political, it's just challenging. And even more than ever, community is so important. I'm not going to repeat every beautiful thing that the rabbi shared, but I just wanted to say that for those of you who haven't been to our programs, you should come check it out. We have a community dinner program, which we were talking about earlier, but we serve 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and we haven't missed a night since, so for 37 years. And we use all this wonderful recovered food, but really the core of it is treating people with dignity, knowing their names, knowing their stories, and giving them back, being able to see them, I think is really critical. Our community wellness is about connecting people into services. We partner deeply with our nonprofit partners in the area, working on different things from medical care with UCLA all the way to arts. So that's a really important piece because we are open when everyone else is closed. And I will let that pass. And then lastly, our community exchange program is the food rescue arm hub that we bring people together to bring in food and share that with over 160 nonprofits, and we rescue from 500 to 600 different businesses. So I wanted to get into a little bit more detail, but all of this was done through volunteers, just like yourselves, and we are an organization that loves volunteers. So if you haven't volunteered with us, we'll have some QR codes that you can scan, or you can just come on by. There's plenty of people here that have done that. But we actually were so excited to share about this new project that's coming soon. It's called the Refettorio Los Angeles. The word refettorio actually means to remake, restore. It's an Italian word. I have my fellow Italian in the back, Linda. But we have partnered with a nonprofit called Food for Soul. This nonprofit that was started by the world-renowned chef Massimo Bottura, he decided he wanted to create a community in this beautifully designed space using all rescued food and having a plated seated meal for people who can't afford to eat. And so what is really amazing, and we could actually maybe go to the next slide. Sorry about that, I didn't give. So here's just a couple of examples to give you some inspiration, but this is the one in London. There's about a half a dozen around the world, and as you can see here, this is basically what we do in this wonderful, sorry about that. If you look here, this is just a church space that they've taken and remade, and they have a plated meal every single day. They do a lunch, and that is all rescued, perfectly edible food. So if we can go to the next slide. This is in Paris. It's a very dreamy site. As you can see here, there's clouds, and they're bringing all sorts of guest chefs to help cook, but they're amazing meals and, again, giving people that dignity. If we can go to the next slide. Yep, and this is the one in Sydney in Australia. So, again, similar concepts. We can go to the next slide. This is the one in Merida. And then the next slide. And this is kind of what we're cooking up here. So basically, we've gone into the planning stages, and we're trying to secure a location. There's obviously so much to do. We're only a staff of 30. We have tons of thousands and thousands of volunteers. And we've got a nice, lovely board. We have Victoria here, raise your hand, who's one of our board members. And we are going to be looking for help. So if you know of real estate, you have any design expertise, you're in nonprofits, you like to raise money, like any of these types of things, we would love your help because we are going to need so many different volunteers. And I think that could be the last slide, right? And just a quick shout out, I have Asher and Linda in the back. I know Asher has come here many times and maybe toured you. We have Linda here from my team. We have Victoria here, who I just introduced. And I am now going to turn it over to Bonnie. Bonnie is someone who has been with the organization for a long time. She's been a board member. She's been a volunteer. She's helped us create different programs. She's the one that created our Sunday lunch bags out of need in the pandemic. And I know this is how she got many of you involved. I know Francine and Renee got involved with Bonnie, so we do owe a lot to her. So I will go ahead and pass it over to her.
Hi. Hello. Hi, I'm Bonnie, and thank you guys so much for this evening. It's really beautiful, and it's really wonderful to be here. I wrote this down because I'm nervous, and I want to be fast and not miss some points here. So I am extremely honored to have volunteered with the Hollywood Food Coalition. It's been a highlight of my life. We've been helping distribute over 760,000 terrific lunch bags that the amazing Temple Israel of Hollywood, as well as many other folks and families here in LA, have made over the past 4.5 years. That's 760,000 lunch bags every single Sunday. At the height of the pandemic, we were receiving about 6,000 or 7,000 lunch bags, planes, trains, and automobiles, each Sunday, and we were giving them to between 40 and 50 organizations all over Los Angeles who were picking up these lunch bags from Hollywood Food Coalition and using them to connect with and provide services to people in need from Orange County to Ventura to Chatsworth and the Valley and beyond. Right now, about 2,000 lunch bags are being made and shared on Sundays with around 20 great organizations. This includes My Friend's Place, the Center, the U.S. Vets of Long Beach, Village Family Services. They have come to rely on these lunch bags for their outreach, for their students, for their low-income families, their veterans and seniors, and their challenged clients. Almost every day I run into someone who has made lunch bags. When I tell them the impact their lunch bags are having on other human beings, how much the lunch bags provide support for important organizations doing great work, including providing shelter and housing, medical attention, job training, counseling, and providing a sense of joy and being appreciated, as well as being fed to so many people who need kindness and help. I realize how much you need to know. You who make and donate these lunch bags need to know the kind of impact you are having. And I would like to say the impact from you is huge. Our gratitude and appreciation is great. Thank you very, very, very much for doing this.
Thank you so much. Thank you to Hollywood Food Coalition for being here tonight. Just give us another wave just so we know who you are, so we can come say hi after this. Thank you for being here. We look forward to our continued partnership for the bagged lunches, for our monthly commitments, volunteering, of prepping, of serving. If you want to get to know a little bit more about that, come talk to myself, Renee, Francine. We're always looking for new help to join into our veterans. And as the Rambam said, Maimonides said that feeding the hungry is the path to peace. It's the path to peace. So thank you. We're committed. We hope you join us in that commitment. We're going to turn to page 282 as we rise for Elena.
Adonai
may be seated. As we enter this time and space of memory, we want to acknowledge and honor all those who have died at this season in years past. Right now, our community is remembering Irving Abelson, Jan Bart, Harold Burlfine, Jacob Castrol, Molly Cohen, Evelyn Colton, Chip Docks, Augustina Estrada, Dorothy Fischel, Ronald Fishman, Walter Fried, Margot Hudson, Martha Jelenko, Mary Ann Clapper, Jetta Kligfeld, Mike Liebman, Herman Levart, Cinda Melman, Scott Nebenzal, Richard Poliakoff, Yaakov Putter, Henry Present, Michael Rabinowitz, Jack Robbins, Edith Rockland, Barbara Rosenblum, Leon Rozov, Marty Siegel, Eleanor Small, Len Steckler, Jeanette Stone, and Fred Windmuller. And just in the last 30 days, members of our community have lost Bruce Fry, Philip Grayson, Martin Indick, Ann Price, Lillian Aber, Marta Cardarelli. If the name of your loved one has been read aloud and you're able, we'll invite you to please rise so that we may acknowledge those among us who are remembering. And if the name of your loved one has not yet been brought into the space, but you'd like to do so, we'll invite you to rise if you're able and say their name, names, or just hold them in your heart. And we all turn to page 292 as the mourners lead us in Kaddish Yatom, and the community will affirm their remembering and their mourning with Amen. Yitgadal, V'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Amen.
Ve'almad divarach kirate ve'amlich malchute. V'chayachon uv'yomechon uv'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru.
Amen.
Yehi Shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei omaya.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei dekudashah.
Brechu.
La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechemata. Da'amiran be'alma v'imru.
Amen.
Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru.
Amen.
Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru.
Amen.
Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. V'imru.
In a moment, all of the kids who are here are welcome to come up near the challah and candles and help me lead Kiddush. I just wanted to call to your attention, there is so much going on in our community right now. And I want to thank first Annie Baker for sponsoring our oneg tonight, which is underneath that tablecloth. And when we're done, everyone's invited. And if you too want to sponsor an oneg, you can let us know. So thank you, Annie. There's so much going on. You might have heard about the Nova Festival exhibit that was in New York for many months and is now coming to Los Angeles. I have secured 3 different docent tours to that exhibit just for our community. One of them is going to be only for Hebrew speakers, and 2 of them are for English speakers. And the person that's going to be co-leading the tours with me is Siggy Manzouri. You might remember that Siggy was a parent here at our synagogue, and 2 of her children, Roya and Norel, were murdered on October 7th. She lives in Israel, and she's coming back here and is going to lead 3 of our tours. They're very limited tickets, so if you're a member of the synagogue, you're invited to sign up for one of those. And then just look at all the things going on at our website. There is so much going on. In a week, we have a play called Door to America, which is going to be a reading of a musical done by our congregant Carol Weiss. And on September 11th, Jessica Yellen, who was the past chief White House correspondent, is going to be talking about the elections and Judaism and voting and all of that. So please join us. And kids, come on up. Come on up, kids, for your challah and your kiddush. Come on up, and if you want, your parent can bring you up, okay? So please come on up. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava uvratzon himchilanu zikaron lema'aseh bereishit ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh zecher letziat Mitzrayim ki banu bacharta v'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha v'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat lechaim. Okay, ready for the challah, kids? Uncover it. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon. Kids, you can take a challah, and everyone, we rise and face east as we close our service with Hatikva, the hope.
Kol od balevav penima nefesh Yehudi hobia ulfatei mizrach kadima ayin letzion sofia od lovda tikvateinu hatikva bat shnot alpayim להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ ציון וירושלים להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ ציון וירושלים. Thank you to Simon Fox on bass.
Thank you, Simon and Shelley and Calvin. Shabbat Shalom.
Oseh shalom b'rama
Shabbat Shalom. If you're new here, please come up and introduce yourself. We'd love to meet you.